As mesmerizing as these fidget spinners are, using these in combat would be completely ridiculous.
자, 지금은 스피너블 타임! 후후! 예!
You have got to be kidding me. Hello, this is KRBrickBot, and now I'll be reviewing the first Carbot from helloka봇 Season 7, Spinnable. It was released in March of 2019 and its retail price is about 70,000 Korean won. Season 7 of helloka봇 is called helloka봇 Universe, a moniker that has not been seen for a long time. Except the packaging doesn't reflect that, it's just a standard helloka봇 logo. A look at the packaging. This is for 6 and up because of a electronic spinner. ChoiRock logo there. LED because this thing has an LED, lights and sounds, woo 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 woo. The vehicle mode, some more techno detail here, and there's Chatan looking at the word mark here with an expression like, really? On the side it shows the other 5 spinners sold separately. The back shows some model renders showing the gimmicks and such. Looks like some LED stuff. It's a separate sticker actually. Product info on the bottom here, and the other side is a side view of those different models. And this says, now it's spinnable time. And now it's time to open this box. So here's Spinnable in his truck mode. From the details, it looks like this orange truck is some sort of electrical generator truck. Because the detail here, like this word here, it says Spinner Carbot with an electric symbol. And some yellow warning stripes on the side, though they're looking more orange. And what really defines it is this little molded detail that looks like an electrical socket. An American electrical socket and not really an Asian one. Same on this side. The front has silver painted headlights, silver trim here, and a silver Carbot symbol there. The wheels have these hexagonal hubcaps. Very obvious robot bits. And the back is looking rather hollow. And the truck bed is not all that flat because of this thing. For a Carbot, it's distressingly simple. The main attraction is this fidget spinner in 2019 with a magnetic base. So this does function as a regular fidget spinner. And when that happens, look at all the bright blue and red flashy lights. Ooh, nice and flashy, the kids will love it. And they'll automatically fade away when it's not in motion. So this is basically motion triggered. Plug that base in, then attach that magnetic spinner on top. And with these rubber lined back wheels, turning this wheel will spin that fidget spinner on top. Doo-dee-doo-dee-doo-dee-doo. The incredibly flashy and tacky light sort of a gimmick on a truck. Doo-dee-doo. Size comparisons. Another orange Carbot, Sky. And the Masterpiece Movie Bumblebee. How did we go from this to this? Transformation is very simple. Detach those legs, flip forward that torso until it locks in like this. Flip out those feet, fold in those wheels, split. Spread out the arms, turn them down, spread them out, and voila! That's the Spinnable. So here's Spinnable, a green and orange truck with a big thing on his chest. Looking at some other details besides this ugly thing. His knees have some stars, and his shoulders also have some stars and little triangles here. They're all painted yellow, albeit not to the best extent. They're looking a little too green and slightly underpainted when contrasting to that shade of green. And it looks like the quality control is not perfect here. And honestly, these star details kinda give it more Super Sentai vibes than Transformer vibes. And some similarly hollow feet. Did I say hollow? Yes. This Carbot is unusually hollow because he has hollow feet and hollow shoulders. Because all of the budget went to this thing on his chest. And if you remove that thing, his chest is distressingly plain. Just an orange bed with a big blocky thing. But now we can take a look unobstructed at his head sculpt. It's kind of unusual with this faceplate-like thing. It kind of looks like a bird or insectoid beak faceplate. Kind of makes him look like an insect with 3 silver prongs, like 1 on the head and 2 on the side. And if you look on the top, there's a big gaping hole in its brain. At least his crotch and thighs are looking nicely detailed. And the gimmick does work on this mode, unfortunately not by the traditional fidget spinner method. It's permanently bolted to this wheel, so to spin that you have to spin this or this itself without any of the fidget spinner momentum. Somewhat disappointing that there is no alternative peg for this thing to spin freely. Then again, would you really want this to spin freely, blocking its face? Well, you can put it in the hand then. Oh, and it looks like this ratchet on this arm for some reason gets stuck and not on this arm. It gets stuck for some cracking reason. I just really think I did something bad there. Anyway, you can do this. Oh, right. Nope, this thing definitely does not spin because it's fixed. And another gimmick in addition to the included gimmick is to buy 5 more gimmicks to slap onto him. I bought 2 of them. Spinner Bleh and Spinner Thunderbolt. The other spinners are Spinner Typhoon, Spinner Nature, and Spinner Ocean. And these fidget spinners are an essential part of the Carbot lore. This Carbot watch is powered by elemental energy from this thing, but also elemental energy as seen in the Carbot Cretaceous movie. Without these spinners, this thing would not work. It would run out of energy and this thing could no longer summon Carbots. And they left these important things in the hands of a party bot who loses them in the pilot. Sure, why not? So looking at this fidget spinner, the Spinner Bleh, it's basically 1 plastic color with some painted metallic gold and 3 metallic balls on each end. And the center is a molded, modified Carbot symbol. And on the back, there's actually a peg with 2 different sizes. So you can take this off and you just spin it like a regular fidget spinner. And by the way, this is not the best spinning fidget spinner for an 8,000 Korean won fidget spinner at that. 5 possible spinners, I decided to go with Thunderbolt because I think I like this design the most. Maybe because it has these little coils, electric coil details, with some gold jagged Thunderbolt details. And Blaze because fire is the most popular element of all toy lines and such. If this thing has 2 different sizes, maybe that means it can be systematically compatible with the standard 5mm system. I think that... maybe we can try something else. Does this whole work? Does this work? What is the point of having 2 different sizes of peg if it will not fit with any standard system? Why? I don't get it. If you have 2 different sizes, this might as well have been one solid peg. One same size. But instead you have this extremity thing with a fidget spinner that is not the best. If there's one good thing I can say about fidget spinners in general is that some of the cheaper ones actually have a removable core, so that's easily removable, so you can access the little hole and the bearings inside it. Most of those holes are 5mm, so with some creative tinkering you could possibly plug this in some accessory and have a little extra heavy 5mm accessory. But these fidget spinners, you cannot do that because this is secured with a pin. So unless you actually buy or make or mold a new kind of peg, you can't use this with any other 5mm toy, only with Spinnable. Not that you would actually want to put this big fidget spinner on any other toy. Oh, and the same also goes with these Transformers fidget spinners. There are 6 hard points to attach these spinners to. 1 on the center chest, though it looks like this really doesn't plug in that well. 2 in either hand. 2 in either shoulder. And 1 on top of the head. And that looks just plain ridiculous. Also, a feature shown in the cartoon that you cannot actually do with the toy is store a fidget spinner on the back. Like so. There's absolutely no way to do that. Another misleading cartoon thing. And speaking of misleading, articulation where there is none is also misleading. First, the head has a swivel. The shoulders are on a ratchet. As I mentioned before, this one is unusually tight or unusually locked. So, gonna have to force it or just make it go one way. That is a very bad flaw at least in this one particular copy. Look, there's a big stress mark I already put on there. Inward and outward bend, no bicep swivel. Forward that much. Back that much. No, you can't do that back. You cannot move it back because of this butt skirt. Except if you do the splits, you can do it a little bit that much. The splits, complete 90 splits. At least he has thigh swivels. No transformational foot unless you take out that wheel. Pretty standard limited articulation. And some size comparisons. Masterpiece Optimus Prime and Carbot Sky. Just a smidge bigger than a standard leader or big masterpiece. I think Spinnable would go into the top 10 worst Carbot toys of all time if someone actually made a list. And I think many will agree this is a low point for intuitive, broad Carbot toy appeal when you have fad gimmicks just stuck on there like that. Especially since this fidget spinner trend died around 2017. I'm not saying including fidget spinners with Transformers is necessarily bad. It's a first. It's a really much a interesting first for a transforming robot toy. But I think the fidget spinner gimmick could have been integrated a little bit better. Because for as they are, the main fidget spinner sticks out from the back and these extra fidget spinner have nowhere to go. One idea I could think of is that if Spinnable was a monster truck and these fidget spinners would actually add to the wheels like extra fancy hubcaps, I think that would have been a nice vehicle mode storage solution. But apart from its function as a fidget spinner holder, Spinnable is not that much of a remarkable bot or truck on its own. But perhaps you can add 8mm holes or adapters and magnets and other stuff for a bit more playability. Overall, Spinnable is much like a Transformers Generation 2 toy. Novel, bright, flashy, and has a crazy play idea. In spite of all that, if for whatever reason you want to actually buy this thing and ship it outside of Korea for the sake of expensive premium lols and novelties and amusement, you can check out the link below in the description.
Thanks for watching. Please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing to tune in for more Korean robot toy content. And until next time, this is KRBrickBot signing off.